Hi there, I'm Shelley Gordon from Love My Mat, and today I'm going to show you what my morning yoga routine looks like to get my body started for the day. I'm just going to start by laying down on my back. If you have a yoga mat, you can lay on that. You can do this on the floor if you want. I'll extend my left leg out, pull my right leg in toward me. Right, take a couple deep breaths here. My belly and my thigh will touch each other. Ground into that left heel. Feel this through the hip, through the back body, especially first thing in the morning. I'm just going to roll this thigh bone inside the hip socket, making sure that my pelvis stays fairly level, fairly neutral. A couple circles in the opposite direction. Turn this into half happy baby. Knee comes toward elbow. I can grab hold of the outside of my foot, or you can always grab the outer edge of your thigh here. It's just about opening up the inner thigh, opening up the hip a little bit, keeping the chest and shoulder open and the chin tucked. Pull my knee back in. Use my left hand to guide my right leg across the body. I'm going to land it on the bolster here. If you don't have a bolster, you can use a pillow, some yoga blocks, or some books, even a blanket. And just take this into a nice gentle twist to start. So nothing that I'm going to force. But where does my body naturally land? And that's where I'll hang out for a few breaths. Mindfully coming onto my back body. Then I'll do this on the other side. So left leg comes in toward the belly, right leg straightens out. A couple breaths here. I'm really going to focus on breathing into my belly to press it into my thigh. And I want to move through that hip joint, so some circles here without the pelvis rocking, both directions. These can be little or big circles depending on your body. I'll turn this into half happy baby, either pulling the knee down or reaching across the shin to grab the outer edge of the foot. Trying to keep everything else pretty level, pretty flat to the ground. Turning into this twist. I'm going to bring my bolster over to the opposite side of my mat or your block or your blanket and pull that left leg across the body. My left side is actually quite a bit stiffer this morning, so I'm going to turn my bolster on its higher height so that I don't feel too much pull from the upper back here. Just a couple breaths in awareness. Untwisting. Bring my bolster back onto the other side of my body for now. Feet bent, my hands flat on the mat, chin tucked. Inhale and lift my hips up for a bridge pose. Grounding down through my heels, spreading my toes wide, spreading my fingers wide. Actively pressing into the feet, engaging the glutes, opening up the front body. On an exhale, I'll slowly roll down. That pelvis tilt forward. Roll it back and roll up. Slowly roll down. That pelvis tilt slightly forward, going through all the range of motion in the spine here. I'm going to move my arms with this. So as I inhale, arms lift, hips lift. And exhale, hips drop, arms drop. Ideally at the same time, right? But inhaling to lift. Shoulder blades stay planted into the mat, arms reach up above the head, and then softly come down. Do that a few times. You can do any of these 3 or 4 or 8 times, depending on how much time you have, how you're feeling, what your body needs. Maybe I'll do one more. Toes spread wide, shoulder blades back of the head pressing into the mat here, and coming back down. Good. I like to draw my knees back in toward me after I do a little bit of back bends there. Rocking from side to side will often feel good. And then with hands behind my knees, a couple rocks front to back, really tucking the chin, rolling as much as I can. And I'm going to come all the way forward into tabletop pose. Hands below shoulders, knees below hips. I'll start with this nice long spine here. And once again, move through the spine. So inhaling for cow pose and exhaling for cat pose, rounding as much as possible. Sometimes as I do this, I'll just do it one breath in for cow and a breath out for cat. But if I'm feeling stiff like today, I might hang out cat a little bit more and just sort of stretch from side to side, move through my shoulders, my hips. Maybe play with sitting back a little bit more, and then when I come into that cow pose again, how does it feel to move a little bit from side to side? Right? It's all about feeling your body and being aware of what your body needs, and then hopefully giving that to your body. And then I want to use my core a little bit here this morning to remind myself that I can engage it throughout the day to support me as I move around. So I'll curl my toes under and just lift my knees up off the mat an inch or two. I've got the action drawing my hands and my knees toward each other. The spine stays long. The breath gets a little bit more challenged here. And again, you can hold this for anywhere from 2 to 12 breaths. When you're ready to come out of that, maybe a downward dog. Right, straightening legs, bending knees, feeling the backs of the hamstrings open up. And I really want to get my weight back here. So this is about lengthening the spine, opening the hamstrings. Long neck, strong arms. Big breaths. How does my body feel this morning? I want to move more through my hips, so I'm just going to practice lifting and lowering my legs. Where is that coming from? That's coming from my hip and my glute. Can I keep my weight back here? Right, maybe once more each leg. Good. Settling back into my downward dog, wiggling out through my spine a bit more, getting long. Nice. And I'll drop down to my knees. Maybe fix my pants a little bit here. Sit back. And extend forward through the hands for a child's pose, just to sink down now, to drop. I'm still long through the sides of my body. I can move a little from side to side, wiggle back and forth. Maybe I'll walk over toward the right a little bit. Press my left buttock down toward my heel, get a side stretch all down the left body. Coming over to the left, pressing down through that right hip, away from the right hand. And then back to center. Dropping down. My knees a little bit close together, hands behind me. And a little bit of an energizing move here with breath. Press into my feet and my shins, use some strength from my back, from my abdomen. Inhale to slowly rise up, press myself forward, open up as much as I can, a bit of a back bend here. Exhale, come on back down, touch forehead down. Inhale to rise up with energy. Exhale, coming back down. So I'm moving through everything here, my neck, my hips, my shoulders, my legs, my spine. Just checking in with where I'm feeling good, where I'm feeling stiff. And again. And once more. And drop it all down, move a little, wiggle a little. Again, make sure I'm feeling good in my body. If there's anything that still be feeling stiff, I can move from those spaces, from those places. But otherwise, I'm feeling pretty good. I've moved my body. I've connected with my breath. And I think I'm ready to start my day. I hope you are too.